Alrighty, hello and good afternoon. Sorry for missing the afternoon one, or the morning one earlier. I wasn't meaning to, but it has been, we're gonna go with chaotic. But anyway, so, I don't even remember the slightest what the hell we're doing here. It's been a couple days. So, okay, let's see. I did get a few bits of information since last time, though. Actually, the first one was what I was testing right here. Then apparently, yeah, you can just go L and R between everybody here. I'm gonna have to retest that for the store menu, because, I mean, it definitely seemed like the kind of thing that should be there for the store menu. Also, apparently I have both of the double-hitting characters. And actually, based off what I've heard, yeah, we are 110% going for that, like, what's it, Death Hand thing for Mr. Wolf Boy here. Also, apparently, luck actually increases your dodge rate, so yes, please. So, yeah, gonna be stacking that like crazy. Let's see, do we have int for you? No, we can't do int. We can do dex or strength. Strength sounds good. Except we can't do strength for some reason, even though it's one of the ones that's lit up. How does that work? Is there strength capped or something? Oh, there we go. I'm selecting it at the top instead of the bottom. I'm just an idiot. Okay. Let's see, power down one enemy? Maybe it isn't, maybe it's level-based, not intelligence-based. I thought if you stack for intelligence, maybe you, automatically get a spell or something. Actually, come to think of it, I think we're supposed to go up, because we already completed this area. I think we, got the stone from here. Alright, yeah, let's just go this way. Wait a minute. Did I not save last time? Hang on, what was my quick save for this? Hold on. I don't remember my inputs here. Okay, let's see. Save, load, what is my load? Alright, looks like F1 and F5. Yeah, there we go. So we are already past that point. Good to know. I don't know if I gave them those same level ups last time, but this will work out just fine. So let's go here. I don't think I actually saved after this part is what it was. Yeah, door's locked. Did we already interact with this thing or no? Nope, nope, nope. Okay, well, I guess we're doing this. Nope. I've been told apparently you need 38 in order to get your second class, so we'll get there when we get there. Just clearly not quite yet. Alright, now, is there anything else to test out in this castle here? Yeah, that should probably be everything, so we're just gonna go ahead and go then. Now, I will say, I've been given some information as far as, you know, different combinations of characters and, like, that. Well, one thing that's been repeated by everybody that's recommended this game so far is just that you can apparently, just every combination of characters is apparently good. Supposedly. Like, apparently they're all viable in some way, which, okay, you know, good on them. I have to say it's, given the kinds of stuff that we've seen so far, I believe them. Since we're apparently all stacked for physical attackers, and I couldn't even figure out how to use the magic system until up to this point, so we should be good. I'll be glad to be out of this forest, though, because it would be nice to not get confused by what he does every time. Because I keep accidentally attacking him instead of anybody else. Now, the clarification that I got on the dodge system is apparently, like, it's based off luck and possibly agility, and your positioning relative to whatever's doing stuff, or something? Question mark? I don't know, that kind of seemed to be the general idea there. Also, apparently we're getting to the point where the question that I was asking earlier in regards to why would anybody ever turn off their techs, apparently we're going to get to a point pretty soon here where they can just start one-shotting people if you don't get the kill off. So, you know, we'll see how that goes. Over time, of course. Now the question is, do we have any cures here? Speed down, power down, protect down. Yeah, he has no casts, and... Oh, it's L that I need. Do you have any casts? No. Alright, so I've been told that the Thief guy does not get any casts unless he goes for one of his advanced classes. The Wolf apparently just doesn't cast stuff unless he gets some potential buffs from one of his classes or something. And then, yeah, Sestino would be the only one with actual casting abilities. So that's fine. I'm okay with that. Honestly, in most games like this, I end up going for a pure just speed and physical attack kind of setup. Of course, I don't know what I'm missing out on. I've been told that the magic system is completely busted, but hey, you know, we'll see how that goes. Now, for the few folks that showed up here, if anybody would be able to tell me how the audio's doing, would certainly appreciate it. Let's see, what were we even doing last time? Because, like, I'm thinking we're probably going to go back to the town, probably get an event, something like that. Or we're probably going to have to go for that very last area now. Like, all of the little spirit dealies are all going to combine, and they're going to turn into, I don't know, some kind of flamethrower to get those plants that the fairy didn't like out of the way. And yeah, as far as luck's concerned, even if we do get to the point where crits just don't work whatsoever, I'm still really liking his performance so far. Like, just basic quick attacks and everything else seem to be doing really well. Every now and then he hits as hard as everybody else. Just in terms of his combined numbers, he's hitting as hard as everybody else, and the fact that he's apparently getting free dodges constantly, definitely not going to say no to that. Oh, hello there, Alexander. It's you, looks like a little stick figure holding a spear. I'm assuming some kind of janky helicopter, somebody playing Hangman, and somebody using Wave Fist, I guess. I'll be honest, I don't know... Let's see. It's hard to tell. Let's see, is that... See, I'm constantly looking at different ancient languages and trying to guess whether I can figure out which one it is, because... You know, it's funny because I've had some limited experience in learning basic parts of all of them at some point, but then only like vaguely recognize some shapes. But yes, I know who you are. I recognize your name. Like, or rather, I recognize the symbols. I don't know what they mean, but I'm gonna assume. Yeah, there we go. I'm just gonna call you Alex. That's easier. But let's see. Vietnamese? Because let's see, I'm seeing a lot of squares, seeing a lot of lines. I don't recognize the little three, you know, Kirby things on the right. That'll be my guess. How wrong am I? Pardon my obliviousness on other languages. It's like basically what limited stuff I know as far as oh, it is Japanese? Okay, then I'm just terrible at it. Like, I always assumed with, like, the Japanese ones, there were always more squares. Always assumed with the Vietnamese ones, there were more lines, and always assumed with the Chinese ones, there were more circly dealies, and then with the Korean ones, there's even more circly dealies and H-shapes. I'm guessing I'm completely wrong on that, because I've just tried to figure out some very basic way to differentiate between, you know, between the symbols when I see them. I'm not very good at it. I apologize. Well, that's a pretty embarrassing start right off the bat. So, you know, good sign of things to come. But I'm glad you managed to make it to this. You know, minus me completely flubbing the very first guess I tried to come up with here. Alright, so, zero idea as to where I'm supposed to be going here. So, let's just go ride a Jamaican turtle and see what happens. But yeah, appreciate all the info there. Actually, the first few minutes of starting off this whole thing was basically going over all the stuff you told me. So there we go. There's that. Alright, alright. get this thing going. It's 8:30 a.m. Got work to do. Just taking a break. Fair enough. Well, thank you for taking a break here. Kinda sucks that you're working the night shift by the sounds of it. It is just past the lunch over on this end, so it seems like the end game time is much more fitting to your kind of weather there. Or your kind of time of the day, rather. But yeah, sorry I missed the morning one. I was trying to play catch-up after a really rough weekend. The kiddos got a bit sick. Okay, now let's go see if Fairy Guy will, or Fairy Lady will let us go past these flowers. I'm gonna assume not, and we're probably gonna need to go plot elsewhere. Like, I think we probably have to go visit that one king guy. What will you do? Oh, good! We can get past here. First guess, set it on fire. Nothing happened. Okay, can I freeze them? I'm gonna have to use one of these, aren't I? Darkness? Braxton, what are you doing over there? You can't smooth out a blanket? Okay, well, it wasn't that one. Mermaid it? Just water it until it goes away? I don't know. Use the most recent one? The hell was the most recent one? Hang on, it was the moon one, so you? What's this plant doing here? It's from... Okay. If you say so. Apparently the fairy isn't scared of them anymore because moonlight happened. What? The child is here. I'll be honest, not that much, but okay. I'm to find a cure for Grandpa. After a long grueling trip, here you are. Somehow past the plant flowers. Okay. Well, sweet. Took the plot cannon here. Oh, that's her explanation, that she took the plot cannon here. Okay, so they're, I guess, looking for the Minish peoples. Gonna go get them a sword fixed. Find it. Wow. Fine. You just leave then. Well, you know, we'll find it all on our own. All paths seem to lead to the same place anyway, so we're fine. Mega Crawler, wow. That's a good sign. That's a good name you want for your wildlife to have. Definitely want your local wildlife to sound biblical. The Mega Beast came out and gently just chewed on the leaves. Alright, we're about half dead from the very first encounter, and did she just get KO'd here? Well, that's what you get. See, flowers glow in the dark, wait till night, then follow the red flowers to get to your... Okay. Oh, you know what? They kind of look like the SOM1 flowers that come to life. It's pretty cool. I wonder if they're meant to be the same ones. Mega Crawler! Actually, that kind of sounds like an Armored Core boss. And he's doing 1 damage. Something tells me we're about to get an equipment upgrade. So you'll get gear in the next town? Yeah, I was about to... Well, that's literally what I just said. That sounds like we're going to get an equipment upgrade. It's like every time we start doing 0 damage... Oh, Bastard Slam? I never even realized that. Right, in the meantime, though, let's actually make use of some of these casting abilities, why don't we? Alright, power down, yes. Robin. Okay, I like that name. But yeah, Mega Crawler. I don't know if power down reduces their speed at all. Oh! Wait a minute. Wait a minute. This is like Golden Sun. They're getting new abilities based off little extras that you get. Or wait, are they just boosting those abilities? I'm legitimately curious if they're getting them from those characters or not. Because yeah, like the whole Golden Sun system was like, you go, you get your Jin characters, you attach them to characters. Oh. Nope, reduces physical attack. So what were they doing there? Were they just conveniently the same sprite, or... Or wait, no, you were talking about what the thing does. Sorry, my bad. My bad. All right, let's get Steve a little bit of healing. Should probably use the Popa Juice in all reality, because then I only have to buy one item. Yeah, we'll just go ahead and use that. I don't have any more of that stuff, do I? Alright, whatever. There we go. See, never played Golden Sun. And got text lag until next text came up. Yeah, it does that sometimes. Sorry. Alright, I'll just let you guys continue to take care of that, and yeah, I have to say, Trogdor is definitely starting to come into his own here. And they said to follow the flowers, but apparently the flowers point everywhere, so... Alright, whatever. I think I was being an idiot. They're pointing downwards. Or at least where the majority of them are pointing. Alright, who's this? Someone's grave. And someone's grave. I'm assuming... Alright. Just a basic hint here. I'm assuming if you didn't take Thief Guy and you had to fight his friends here, those would be their two graves. Just a random guess here. But that's the only other duo of graves that I can think to come up with. Uh-oh. Uh-oh, they're scared. Okay. Again, feeling like SOM1 right here. That very first town that you run into. No, come back. We've only murdered all your wildlife and found your secret hidden city. We're the good guys, I swear. Let's see. Tech for Instacast. Open item menu after you order a non-leader to cast. Wait for a bit. After closing menu, cast goes off. Oh, okay. Gotcha. Oh, those are different graves? But are they related to what characters you brought along? Alright, I see a big house. You guys can't run away, can you? Maybe you got a leader or something I can talk to? There we go. You look like you're not gonna run. Yeah, thanks, Barry, for not announcing it or anything. And yeah, we totally did leave you alone in the woods. Shouldn't have come here. Oh, not this time? Okay. Leroy! Alright, so... okay. So somebody got some hanky-panky from the forest, I see. Well then. Somebody must have had a good time. Alright. Tuck from the village, raise you and Wendell. Huh. Yeah, maybe you could have put that a little bit kinder. Let's see what we can do about the priest. Okay. Fine, fair enough. So you go to the statue, northeast end. Neato. Yeah, Charlotte's parents. Wait, Charlotte? I thought it was Carly. Or is that the same thing? Oh, and everyone just knows we're okay now? Okay. Oh, good, good. That's why they made this last. Because this is supposed to be where you get all, you get your fancy sword and stuff. Now, I'm hoping that that turns into whatever character's ultimate weapon. I hope. Like, that would be a hilarious way to do it, because, like, for example, for him, he just, like, breaks it in half and just uses each half as a knife. For Sistina here, she would just duct tape it to the end of a stick and call it a spear. For Trogdor, he just, I guess, just duct tape it to his hand. I don't know. Oh, not used in the English or not used to the English version. Yeah. Well, everybody's renamed in this anyway. Toronto Spear or Torrento Spear. I guess torrential is what they meant to go for. Let's see, Plume Lance. So, by the way, since you seem to know these things, is there a way to 104, I guess 2 questions here. First of all, well, is there any particular reason to ever go for the cheaper option in the stores? Because it seems like they're pretty darn generous with money. For another thing, is there any actual way to switch between the characters when you're in the store menu? Like to just get them to buy all their stuff at the same time? It's like, before I buy these things, I guess I should probably ask. It's like, looking at them, I mean, hell, Acid Claw, that just sounds like it's gonna just do the job real good. Like, I don't know if there's any background elemental mechanic I'm not aware of, but it seems like we should just go for the one that hits harder. But it always seemed a little bit weird. So you get the best, press LR maybe? No, hitting the buttons right here, nothing. I tried select, I tried LR, basically tried everything else, so I didn't know if that was just some weirdness. Because like it does seem a little bit weird that that there's kind of that disconnect between, like, you know, you have all of these super convenient options over here, and then over here this one didn't quite get the same treatment. So I was just wondering if I was missing something. See, no elemental unless you use saber magic or claws. Oh, by the way, apparently that was the buff I was talking about, the saber thing. That supposedly Wolf Boy got some sabery stuff. Hello there, Mr. Cowman. How's stuff? Having a good cow day? Hopefully you didn't have any desert adventures today. Or at least, if you did, hopefully they did not suck. Like this part, for example. I mean, everybody's got this extra menu. It's its own thing. I've never used it once so far. Alright. For Ashura, like, I would have figured maybe they would have had some option to, I don't know. Some manner of convenience option, you know? Like, what am I even getting at here? Sorry. Completely just derailed my train of thought there. Right off a cliff. Alright. Actually, no, wait. I need to get armor options for everybody. Funnily enough, this is the first time let's see, never need that many, to be honest. Oh. Okay. Well, alrighty then. But yeah, it's just like, with something like the circle menu, when I went back and I played, well, not played through, but so far I've gotten to like the first couple towns in Secret of Mana 1. I'm just playing alongside this one just to kind of get an appreciation for it and all that. But yeah, it surprised me because the circle menu seems so much more well organized. Because you basically just had all your equipment on the circle menu. Like, it's good. It's your menu for everything. This is really convenient. And then I don't know, it just seemed really weird to suddenly come into this. And it's just like, nope. We gotta have everything in different spots. Okay, so that's a downgrade. That is an upgrade. And that is a very decent upgrade. Okay, so I feel like Sistina's probably tanky enough, so if we do have to end up cheaping out a little bit, then we will do so. It feels like we should have just enough to equip everybody, though. Oh, another thing right here, by the way. It says, can you use Shuriken or Ninjutsu here? What is this? Like, is this some ability I haven't gotten yet or something? Because I haven't seen any kind of ranged abilities out of him just yet. I don't know, it's all confusing, man. It's all confusing because I don't know. I don't know, I just keep assuming there's going to be all kinds of different mechanics that I don't know about yet. But first hat upgrade in a very, very long time. Somehow upgrading from a cape to a actual armor. However that works. Still no idea what that slot does. Find out later. His tech, up his speed. Okay, so you do get abilities based off the skills that you buy. Because that was another thing I was kind of wondering about. Alright. That should give us enough to up someone's armor. Let's say hers. Alright. Stata and Viking. Okay. Well, this feels like a pretty strong upgrade. Go ahead and sell some stuff to get the other stuff. Okay, based off just drive stats in general. Gotcha. Man, that is a weird bit of, I guess, almost historical accuracy right there. Let's see, Dark Steep classes need speed to learn techs. Okay. See, that's cool. I wish the game would have mentioned more about that. It's like you just unlock techs as you update your stats in particular ways. So, like, it's not exactly super accurate, but it's more accurate than I would normally expect. It's like the Viking helm is actually just, you know, a pretty standard helmet, not the whole horn thing. I mean, it's close enough. It kind of looks like the old Varangian helms and all that kind of thing. You know, good on you. Good on you. It's just nice to see. Like, I know it doesn't really change anything, and it, hell, might have been in a complete and utter accident, but I just love seeing that kind of stuff. Alright. What does this give us? Like, 10? Yeah, that's not worth it. These give us some... never mind. We're just gonna cheap out on one piece of armor for the last guy, I think. Can't equip that, can't equip that. Okay, so we get 3 from the vest and 3 from the headband. Might as well just go for the cheaper headband. Seems like he's been doing pretty alright anyway. Now, what do you think was the logical reason that they moved everything from the circle menu to both, like, a circle menu and this? Like, I'm just curious if there's any theories out there as to why. Oh, never mind. We do have exactly enough to upgrade everything. Just exactly enough. Oh, and actually, that's a pretty major upgrade. Odd. Why did it only show 3 in the last thing? Let's see. Try not to fight elemental bosses on their day, like avoid forest during dryad. Reason? No idea. Even made combat harder. Weird. Okay. Whatever works. Like, it's funny because I actually kind of appreciate that. That's a pretty cool little thing. So so that's what those days do. Like, I know the holy days give you free hotels and stuff like that, so that's pretty neat. But okay, so they apparently decide how strong elemental bosses are. Is there anything else that it does that I should be aware of? Because that's the thing, like, I wish it would have... again, I'm not usually one for hand-holdy type stuff or whatever, but I wish that it would have maybe mentioned stuff a little bit more, like, hey, these mechanics exist, just so you know. They're just like, well, it's this day. And I'm kind of used to the whole tactics ogre thing. Oh, hello there. Thank you for the alert there, Mr. Baton. Seems rather fantastic. But yeah, so yeah, like, I'm used to the whole tactics ogre thing, where the days typically are more of a flavor thing. Although that being said, oh, let's see, the days up damage by about 20%, you can still brew. Wow, that is more than I expected. Actually, going back to the whole TO comparison, in that one, whenever there's a elemental effect from tiles or whatever else, it's usually like friggin' 5% or something. Wow, that's a pretty penny. But I guess all things considered, it doesn't really decide how hard you hit if you're not using them, huh? Also, that might decide why, or that might explain why a couple of those times I was able to just completely nuke bosses. Huh. Alright, just top off on supplies. And we should be good. And given how hard it is to get, I'm probably going to save the heal all items for probably bosses and stuff like that, since they've been telegraphed more than dang Lighthouse lately. Alright, so northeast, got my TO out since you saw you on a speedrun site, got to beat that record. Yeah, that whole one vision record. I don't know if it's much of a record. It's barely functional, let alone optimized. But 13 hours, it's not that hard to beat. But yeah, I was actually gonna hopefully do another one of those at some point. Because ideally what I want to do... Wait, these guys are giving 145. Oh, vanilla all the way? Well, I will... I might try the vanilla one too. Because truth be told, the one that currently holds the record for vanilla does have pretty slow button inputs at a lot of places. I can't really think of too many ways to optimize it routing-wise. Like, I was going and trying for Knight of Lotus the other day. Oh, only on the Japanese version? Dude, the Japanese version of TO is much, much faster. I will say that much. Actually, you're right. That's something I was considering a while ago. That actually doing, even doing the same route on the Japanese version is just the way to go. Mostly because the Western version that's currently leading there, they specifically needed to route in casters in order to be able to do magic attacks in a couple places. But because the way the base stats end up going up ridiculously fast in the Japanese version, you can potentially just do that with archers. And actually was considering one route of routing in Vice in order to get him, essentially allow one of the archers to die, like essentially just snipe them off cliffs several times, in order to transfer their bow skill over to him or something. Not necessarily the best idea, but still, you know, something that seemed potentially doable. Okay, so we're on the northeast end. No, this is where we came from. So is this where we do it? Right here? So you can't agree to no cash strats. Three classes keep sword all the way to gardens. Yeah. I mean... yeah, I don't know. As far as the casters go, the thing is, you still wind up with two anyway if you end up keeping them around but not necessarily needing them. Like, obviously the big worry there is the hitting the level 30 wall. But if you route in Vice, then you essentially get another longbow user with really good stats. I mean, granted, it's going to be through law, so it's a little bit different. Like, when I ended up doing the One Vision version, it was going through neutral just because it was just generally quicker to go down that route with the mod. Okay, I guess we're just gonna leave her there. Just casually walk away. But yeah, I've been actually routing Knight of Lotus recently. Because, yeah, there's a lot of really good, really neat optimizations that happened for the KOL speedrun in general, but I think it's possible to do it with a lot less inputs, which is actually something I was trying out last Saturday. And it didn't go super well because I made a couple of mistakes that ended up screwing up the route entirely, but I think... well, I don't know any of the other folks that actually speedrun that game. But basically, kind of the main thing... oh, there's the statue. I guess the main thing I'm getting at there is it ends up using... Can I just save, though? Fine, I guess I can't save yet. Is it ends up using 6 characters to get all the way to the end. However, potentially you can set it up so that there's only lands at the very start. essentially up till Chapter 2 in that case, which can potentially just allow him to run around one-shotting things, which means that once you get the Snapdragon, you could potentially put both Snapdragons from the route onto him, which would let him completely insta-kill all maps up till the final boss, plus the final boss, with only routing in Eleanor for the purposes of getting a Valkyrie to give him that +1 morale. See, would Lance be able to hold up in the final fight semi-solo? Absolutely. That's the thing, like, the reason that even came to mind is because it was basically the same thing I did for the fairy-only run. Because in that one, like, a friggin' basic fairy was able to beat the final boss. Like, he had dual Snapdragons, all of the upgraded strength emblems, and even though fairies get a kind of natural limit on how much damage they can actually do, he still was able to... the fight still took about 3 rounds, all things considered. Granted, that was with a bunch of fairies giving him bonus turns, which inexplicably gave... It turns out the fairies actually give a hidden damage bonus, which they did in OB64 as well. They just never mention it. So he was just doing like 10% extra damage every time that he swung. So ultimately, yeah, he did almost equivalent damage to Lance once you get to the very end. Like, if you... The way I would figure that route would go is essentially you have teleport boots on Eleanor, who can then essentially use 2 rounds to go up, poke him once. Lance can use that time to walk up, use an orb to kill off all the ads, pretty much. Hang on, where are we going here? Agility? No, luck. Or no, yes, agility. Yes, give me that agility. Yeah, there we go. Shuriken, 1 enemy learned. Beautiful. But yeah. So he can do it. Like, I know for a fact that it's very soloable, mostly because the game does not scale. All of the fights are set to a particular level. So I want to say it's like 30 or so for the last boss. On a casual run, you'd probably be up to... I want to say like 25-ish by that point if all's going well. But even then, they get stats that are much higher than their level. Still, though, I think it can work. Like, it would cut down on a lot of setup, and it would cut down on a lot of inputs. Now, from the testing I've done, it's still possible. Like, I was telling you earlier, like, I was trying to figure out a way to route in a composite crossbow, which it is possible. Oh crap, it's a boss. And I can't access the item menu. Well. Holy crap, that does a lot of damage! Alky's Japan. Okay. Wait, you still haven't beaten it? It's a really good game, though. Alright, so I'm gonna try out that thing you mentioned in just a moment. Love how he does a little jiggle. Yeah, this ability is amazing and I love it. It's not letting me switch menus. That's weird. There we go. Perfect. Just cheap shot everything with a billion shurikens. Yeah, this fight isn't so bad. So you can't open the menu if you're controlling caster, you can control other characters, then it works. That's what I'm trying to do. Because I'm trying to use LNR to get to the other characters. Alright, everybody's asleep. Alright, you go ahead and use this on Sistina. Get her back up. And unfortunately, I don't have my super healing item here, so let's just go use this on Steve. Friggin' Bulbasaur, man. See, no change leader. Then LNR from the menu. Oh, I see what you mean. I see what you mean. Alright. So we go to the casting menu, we go to this thing. That's way more convenient. Okay. So let's see. Go to you. Except not go to you. Let's go to you. Except for what I mean to say is go to you, god dang it. Let's go to this. Let's see. Protect down on Gildervine. Yeah, thanks for that trait. That's actually really handy. Yeah, and I will just endlessly compare this to Golden Sun, because even the symbols look different. Or even the symbols look similar. Just the general art style for the spells and things like that. I'm gonna have to look up if there's any team similarities at some point. Right. Yeah. Okay, that is super handy. It actually feels really good too. So my Angela gets 30,000 damage to bosses. Yeah, I can see that happening. Wait, why can't I... Oh, he's still casting the last one, isn't he? Yeah, these... I have to say these coins, though. These are the most useful pennies I've ever seen. Yeah, now that we actually have some abilities, it's starting to feel a lot more, you know, RPG-ish. Could have some RPG in this RPG, as I was saying earlier. Oh, by the way, is there like a stagger to some degree? Like some kind of a generalized stagger type situation? It's like right there, he did 200, whereas all the other times he did 150. Yeah, this is going better than I expected. Which is funny, because, you know, it said it was water day. You'd assume the plant would be all powered up from all that water. But no. No such luck. Alright, just poke it with a spear a whole bunch. Break out more of these coins to go nuke this bee. T-blow up counters, stagger seen on human-sized enemies, could lock in a few bosses. Oh! Why does the game not mention any of these mechanics? Like, this seems like good stuff to know. Only because stuff's happening and I don't know why. Alright, get some poo-poo grass over on Steve there. Or was that Trogdor that got knocked out? No, that was Trogdor. There we go. Yeah. This is just probably my favorite ability. Really unfriendly to blind runs. To be fair, I'm pretty used to those. Also, this guy's immune to everything but casters, isn't he? Might explain why we're not really doing any damage here. Or maybe he's just armored up right now. Not sure. Because I mean, like, really unfriendly to blind runs is about 90% of what I actually do. Oh, there we go. He's weak again. Nice. The Bulbasaur evolved. Can I aim at its head or something? Alright, what do we got here? Mine down, power down. Yeah, let's go speed down. I really can't imagine this thing having too much speed, though. Oh my god, that mouth, though. Pollen Jet. Alright, I'll just give him a second so he can do his big cutty move. Alright, 15 attempts later, I figured out the ability that I want to actually use. Like a smart person. It's a lie, I can't do smart things. He lowers your magic defense, about time you start using counter magic on himself. Is that an ability I have? Alright, there's that counter magic. Wait, is he asleep or something? There we go. There we go, that's what I'm looking for. Hammer Bean. This guy's pretty cool. I'm liking this. Can I get my menu yet? Thank you. That took quite a long time for that to pop up. Not sure why. Can find any team similarities between Golden Sun and this? Probably wouldn't be. They've definitely got very different characters in it. But I mean, in terms of a lot of the things in it, like for example, a lot of the town design, a lot of the monster design, a lot of everything really. Like, just design-wise, there's a lot of similarities. Like the way that the abilities are set up, the way that the kind of spear characters seem to augment whatever abilities are going on. Like, I think there may be some overlap between designers, which is a really good thing. Both are really good games, I have to say. Should we be getting a little bit concerned here over where exactly Steve's keeping all these shurikens? Because that is a lot. That is more than a little bit. Alright, let's heal up you. Let's get Steve back up on his feet. Oh, that kind of... Sorry, I'm an idiot, Evan. I think this should be pretty clear already, but I just got what you meant. Yeah, Hang on, you said no more direct spells on him? Did those count? Oh well, he exploded. We're fine. It just occurred to me that you didn't mean like teams in terms of playable teams, but you meant design teams. It's like Shining Force is mentioned quite often when looking up Golden Sun. Yeah, for that one you can see a ton of overlap. Like from the menus to the way the battles are presented themselves, to even the little happy smiley face or sad smiley face menus and stuff like that. Well done. Sweet. So we got a weird dancing palm tree, who apparently needs a motivational speech. Great. Oh, okay, good. We already found the Island of Oblivion on accident. And then apparently it all opens up, and then we can go back and do stuff, which I'm assuming we're going to have to go back and collect 8 more things, probably from castles or some crap, because there's a whole bunch of castles that we've encountered but not been able to go into. And yeah, I'm definitely sticking with her for the time being, just because the ability to maneuver around while having him cast that stuff, very handy. Let's see, Steve can get offensive spells with debuffs attached, but low int doesn't allow for DPS. Okay. Like, I don't know, he's doing pretty alright though. Like, as far as DPS goes, this whole instant cast trick seems to do the job real good. The only reason I'm not playing as the wolf guy, by the way, is just because it seems like she gets a little bit extra range. She seems to move slower in general, so she's easier to use as a leader character. So since we need to not use Steve for the sake of this instacast trick, it seems to work pretty alright. So wait a minute, are his abilities random? I thought that whole Bastard Slam or the other Slam thing were just kind of based entirely off of which form he was in, but apparently that's not the case. Let's see, also comparing to Angela, who is equivalent to Deneb with Draconics for me. Fair enough, fair enough. Oh, random? Okay. Good to know. Yeah, but... So, I was a little bit confused by your messages. You haven't tried the One Vision mod yet, right? It's like, I will point out, normally, like, I would totally get it in terms of, like, oh, like the original, the whale, that kind of thing. But man, that thing is so much more than a mod, I'm telling you. So I was actually gonna, if time and everything else permits, which it's looking pretty likely so far, I was actually planning to do another speedrun of that. Funnily enough, not the one I was promising to do earlier, so sorry, Evan. Because I actually want to redo that one a little bit. So not the Spartan one, but I wanted to do an Asia percent speedrun of it. So there were a lot of people lately complaining about archers, well, specifically archers, swordmasters, and ninjas being underpowered in the mod. Now, to kind of explain, the thing with the mod is it's a complete rebalance of every single system in the game to actually use what it seems like the developers were intending to use in the first place. Like, I literally have an entire website mostly dedicated to that and to Armored Core and stuff like that, just because of how many changes it makes. So you can't really need an English version, digital 2, and a program to integrate. He did mention potentially making an English or a Japanese version at some point, but said it was pretty unlikely. I can actually help you out with that if like I could help you out with making that work if you end up having a modded PSP at some point. But yeah, it's like it's as far as I'm concerned, it is a completely different game. Like, I love the original and all that. I've played every single game in the series. I love them all to bits. But that is by far the most satisfying experience I've had with the whole series. Remember about the random requests? I will still do that one at some point, because that one sounded really fun. But weirdly enough, what I want to do is actually finish that audiobook that I was starting to go through, which weirdly enough is currently locked behind the fact that Amazon are being massive dicks in terms of actually doing stuff properly. It's a bit of a long story there. Anywho. Let's just say that Amazon's phone thing is not very friendly if you happen to change your phone number at any point. Whether intentional or not. But yeah, there was a very specific reason for it. Alright, so we got our new fancy equipments, we got all this kind of stuff, we got a bunch of statues that aren't very good at doing the whole saving thing, and apparently we're heading to the Middle East through this island. But yeah, audiobook, might have missed that. So, basically there was a book called Gates of Hell that my brother had recommended and had essentially gotten me for my birthday, and it was specifically about we're having our big everybody's on board with this moment, just to let you know that they're all on your side and not just mind slaves, I guess. We gotta justify it. But yeah, it's specifically about a captured, I believe, Greek or some such soldier giving the story to Xerxes over what happened at Thermopylae, and it's supposedly really, really good. And I wanted to finish reading that and reference it in that run, and then yeah, it's a whole thing where Amazon just is being. They specifically asked me for my ID and everything. So like, here's my ID, here's my passport, here's my freaking soch. Just friggin' let me have my account. And they're like, no, hold on. We're not done. So are you okay? You've almost done it? She's gonna explode, isn't she? Okay. You pew-pew those rainbows. Gates of Fire, there we go. Yeah, it's the one that my brother got me for my birthday, and I really, really want to look at it. And 2 days, like specifically 2 days per week, I end up going and doing this whole plasma donation thing, and it's a perfect time to listen to audiobooks. Or just during random paperwork during the day. His whole sideways flex is so awkward. How bad must it misalign his spine to do that little dance? Anyway. But yeah, it seemed really awesome. Wait, it wasn't me? It didn't do anything? It opened itself? Okay, so do we get a plot sword now? That'd be kind of neat. Oh, sweet airship. How much do you want to bet we're going to get it later? Because somebody put work into that sprite. Well, then again, I was told we get a pet dragon at some point, so... Welcome to the plot hole. It is a literal plot hole. Inspired to do the 300 run. So great. Pressfield. See, that's what I've heard. That's what I heard. And that's why I wanted to do it right after reading that one. And so... Oh, well, crap. They won. Game over. Oh, you're just fine, huh? You just got friggin' bombed. No, that... Doesn't matter. We're fine. It's inconvenient. It's those harmless, plot bombs that they drop. Let's see, okay. Apparently we're still fine from that, too. Do we get the other 3 characters now? See, that would be an amazing plot twist. Like, you lose the first 3 characters that you start with. Also, wait a minute, why couldn't we reach him exactly? Ah, whatever. Sense of being. Yeah, I guess so. Also, I love that people were just being all friendly next to this very highly aggressive beast kingdom full of all kinds of stuff. This seems like a really unsafe way to travel. As awesome as it is, I'm just saying, like, any one of them suddenly has an itch in their arm and fall down to earth and go splat. Looks real cool, though. Wonder if they have parachutes. I guess they just assume those birds are going to catch them or something. See, up in the sky, I can't jump a kilometer, I guess. Not this time, no. We can fall from the sky with no problem. Actually, wait a minute, right, we already established that gravity just doesn't exist here. Alright, so I guess this is when we got all our bad guys together. Okay, so that seems like a pretty easy thing to foil then. If they've only got one shot at it. Wow! That's one sweet dorky airship. I hope we get that one. just the friggin' up ship. Oh man, I hope that there's a hack somebody put out there just to change this into the house from up. That'd be so great. Now, I'm assuming we're probably going to take a plot cannon and just fire straight into it, just like out of nowhere. Bon Voyage is just going to show up like, yeah, I hang out in the woods. I just live in a bush over here, so let me just set up a cannon and shoot you into the plot. Now, this right here would have been a really, really good moment for them to suddenly say, like, everybody's at 0 or 1 HP. See, is everyone okay? Yeah, apparently. We took 0 damage from that. Okay. Sweet. So, she's a Dragoon now. Can we use this beach? Nah. It's not beachy enough. We gotta use this beach. Let's see, Bijou, weird name. His name is Bijou, which means beautiful beast. Oh, so it's I'm assuming it's supposed to be pronounced Bijou, like with the kind of ooh sound on there. I just keep calling her a Bijou because it sounds funny, because it's basically this line of crappy jewelry over here. Where it's this thing like, oh, here's this expensive, crappy plastic. It's all this Bijou jewelry. They give it a French name to make it sound fancy. There's a little bit more wind up to his music that time. Right, now to remember where the crap Rolante is, because, I don't remember that so good. And we didn't get a little plot marker this time. So we need a place with a bunch of mountains and a castle. So I'm seeing mountains right here. Because we apparently have to go to the throat of the world or whatever. Let's go pick up a dragon. Alright, yeah, you're a city. You've got mountains. Probably the easiest way would probably be to go back to the black market, actually. Now that I think about it. Because I gotta go pick up some stuff from there anyway. Because that's a thing you want to hear. We'll just gotta stop by the black market, you know. See, Fairy didn't go inside head. She asked to rest inside and not specified. Okay. The way that the translation went in this one, they're like, yep, I live in your head now. This is a permanent fixture. This is just my home. Moving in. Hope you don't mind. Not paying rent. Right. I want to say they're on the other side of the map. Man, you'd think all those boat sections early on would have given me some sense of where exactly everything is. Like, can I hit any buttons here to find out where everything is? Like, this is around that era of games when they decided that, you know, you probably want to actually go read the manual for everything. I don't have the dang manual. Actually, Google does. Maybe I should just Google a manual, look at a map of this thing. Like, it's funny. I gained so much more appreciation for this game after going and initially reading the manual, because I found out that the circle menu has other functions. Somehow I thought the up and down was just a resorting of all its different stuff. Like, it's weird. It was all there in the manual. I just didn't know. Okay. Let's go find this thing. Get over here, Google. See that map zone that we get. Hello there, Mr. Nibble. How it goes? Alrighty, let's see. Sweet, somebody posted a map online, and this tells me absolutely nothing. Here it is. Found somebody that... I found one that actually does give information. And it is... way down here, so I'm in the completely wrong spot. There we go. Wait, it wasn't in the manual? Alright, so apparently that's Rolante right there. So that, I guess I was right on that guess. There's stuff over here. Let's see where this map gets, and then I can probably just go use a whole bunch of different fast travel points to get to where we need to go. Alright, that's this place. Yeah, this place has a boat. So we use that one boat to get to that one town, to get to that other place, to get to the other one with a cannon. There we go. Legitimately using fast travel points because I can't figure out how to get to anywhere else. I think it's Maya. Sure. How are you? Aside from a rough weekend, pretty alright. Unfortunately, my daughter got a bit sick. Turns out there's some kind of GI bug going around. Lots of puke. Lots and lots of puke. But yeah. She's feeling better now, which I'm really glad for. Everybody's taking a nap, so far so solid. Seems like winter's finally breaking over on this end, because everything's been frozen for a really long time. But yeah. All that kind of stuff. How have you been? Alright. So, Free City Maya. Let's see what you do. Yeah, this feels like the right location. Pretty sure it is, anyway. Unintentional, actually, because I was hoping to stop by the Black Market Town, but... Nope. Nope. It's fine. It's fine. We're on the right track here. But it's Palo, they got new gear? They do? Well, we've been here. They didn't have new gear before. Formula 1 2010? Not familiar with that one. So that being said, I think, I don't know. I played like maybe 3 racing games that I got really into. So that's probably why. So so what you're saying is the shop inventory is actually update? Ooh, actually, now that I think about it, while you're here, what does the Dream Seer do? Probably should have tested it at some point. Follows the place to go to proceed with the plot. Okay. Then I'm assuming that is the place that we're going to. Do you know if Formula 1 is in real life? Yes, I do. It's the one with the flat knife cars. Actually, there was a Formula 1 game on the Genesis that I really liked. There was specifically that one, and there was a NASCAR one that was really interesting in that it actually had damage mechanics. Which I really just played for the damage mechanics, although you could only ever damage tires, which was the weird part. Though it was really fun to try and go around ramming things in order to destroy their tires. Okay, there we go. Beisel, which has the items I need, and it's nighttime, which I'm assuming then has a boat in order to get to her hometown. That's what we're trying to get to, right? Is that what the other one was? You there! You have items, and I want items. Give me all this. It's like as many as we can carry. Pretty much stocked up on everything else, so I'm not too worried. I just have this giant wagon of full heals. Like, I will admit, this is mostly just because I usually get pretty lazy when it comes to healing in RPGs. So I usually end up going for a bunch of tanks with regen stuff. Get scales for Int and Spirit, great help. Okay, will do. Previously I hadn't used them because it seemed like in general for this team, just having more heals was the optimal way to go. Okay. Scales. Let's see. Whatever, let's go pick up a bunch of random scales. And I just used all of these little chocolate bars over here, so let's use a bunch of those. Alright, neato. And away we go. It's like the fact that you can only get certain items here, I really appreciate. They could have easily added that to all the other stores. But they didn't! Actually, wait, the dock was over this way, wasn't it? And yeah, Steve has been shoved to the back of the party. So I need to use him for friggin' sniping things. He's the designated knife sniper. Funny little note, apparently shurikens were actually a samurai thing more than a ninja thing, but oh well. Of course, then again, kind of goes with a lot of cultural things. Just how, like, spears used to be the knight thing, and then just swords became the knight thing over time. It was usually, like, spears or hammers, because, you know, kind of made more sense at the time. But then again, it's the same thing, like, nowadays, whenever somebody's going and making a symbol for some group or something else, it's usually, like, a knife or a pistol or something. It's like, yeah, they probably used a rifle or something instead. I'm pretty sure they're not running around shanking things, but... Well, yeah, they were a ninja thing, but apparently they were also samurai things, supposedly? I don't know, there's some random history thing I was looking at a while ago. It was like, apparently... Again, correct me if I'm wrong on this, because I like going around and trying to figure out the differences between, you know, the culture and the original history and all that kind of thing. But supposedly, like, they were like a samurai self-defense kind of thing. Like, if you needed to hit something from far away, but you didn't have your bow on hand or something. And then supposedly they became a ninja thing in terms of trying to convince people that samurai had attacked somebody. And then it just sort of became a staple of their repertoire. Again, allegedly. I'm no historian myself, or I just like to casually explore that information, so if you know more, feel free to let me know. Okay, rely on bows. Well, yeah, they did. That's definitely true. Okay. So, well, do you know what the story was with the shurikens there then? Like, whether there is, I guess, truth to that particular thing? Like, I will point out, I'm not super certain in terms of what the context was of this, of that information, so... So there's that. Although it definitely would be nice to see them represented with spears more often. Oh wait, right. I was supposed to get better equipment. One sec. Shuffle back into town. Alright. Let's go look for items. That seems like a pretty sharp downgrade. Let's see, where you can definitely have throwing knives. First time I heard of samurai being shuriken being a samurai thing. It's like that was my understanding, like that it was inconvenient to patrol with a bow, so you would just have like a spear and just shurikens as a convenient throwing knife because it's easier to hit something with a shuriken than it would be with a knife. Like, I will say the reason that it made sense to me when I heard it was just that they would be the ones with the with having more, better chance of having armored hands. Like if you have something that you're throwing with a bunch of blades on it, one would assume it would be really convenient for somebody that's looking to, essentially throw something real quick. They can pick that thing up. Hopefully it wouldn't punch through their gloves or whatever else. That's why I figured it just made sense to me, but don't know for absolutely positive. I don't know. I'll have to look that thing up again, because the individual that was presenting it generally had pretty reliable information. So I might be misunderstanding something. That's a very realistic possibility. But we'll see. We will see. Shank stuff real good over here. One thing I do know very well is actually something that I forgot to bring up about an hour ago, which is when we were talking about the One Vision mod. So, come to think of it, I'm gonna have to figure out. I don't remember how you do this, but apparently there's a way to send direct messages through YouTube. In which case, I will be sending you a thing later, as far as all that goes. But yeah, that was actually one of the rebalances of that mod that I really, really liked, which was the rebalances with sword masters and ninjas in particular. It's like ninjas' whole thing is like they're really bad at frontline fighting, but really, really, really evasive and really good at shutdown moves. So like one of their big things is like you give them 2 daggers or something. Each of those has a 10 to 15, I think it was 15% chance to inflict a bind when it hits. So you give them like double daggers plus their sleep bomb plus like say knives or silence or whatever on those knives, and you just basically you use some of their abilities to just sneak around the entire map and just disable all the healers. Yeah, in that mod, like they're just really fun to use. That's why I wanted to do that one speed run, essentially routing in only using only archers, sword masters, and ninjas. I was gonna just call it the Asia % run for lack of a more succinct way to put it. But yeah, seemed like a really fun way to do it. But usually folks complain about those 3 in particular with the mod because, let's see, knife only has one part which can hit or kill. Shuriken has more chances to hit. Yep. Now, my understanding with the whole shuriken thing was that they were mostly meant as a distraction weapon. So, more blade, like you were saying, more blades, more chances to hit, more intimidation value more than anything. Okay, well, I don't need safety. I need to get in there and get me a pet dragon or some crap. Oh, there we go. Wait, what? You want to explain how you did that exactly? Whatever. It's like, oh, you need a pet dragon. Yeah, just let me push over this mountain for you. Then again, maybe they have that giant boulder in place to scare off all these terrifying birds. Weird room with nothing in it. Okay. This place has a lot of dead ends. Yeah. Still having an amazing time with the remake, because I've been playing TO since it came out on and off. Rid of the original. Yeah, it's really nice. Like, the thing that bugged me about it, though, is I personally really like doing challenge runs. I mean, based off, you know, the fact that I do a friggin' bajillion of them. And I've done a whole bunch of the remake, but, like, over time you start realizing a lot of the limitations of it. Which was the thing. Like, the purpose of the mod was essentially just to use the mechanics that were already in place. Like, there is a fairly functional, like, armor system, there's a fairly functional buff system, there's a lot of interesting mechanics behind it, but then they didn't utilize a lot of it, and a lot of things even use the wrong calculations in terms of deciding what stats will do. So, like, for example, you very rarely get a stun off from a Griffin with stunning hook and that kind of thing. And it turns out it was just using the wrong stats to decide that. So the chance was much lower than it should have been. Should we be concerned about the way that he was strutting up there? What are you? Okay, you're like, this thing's like a weird looking tails or something. Okay. Oh boy. Uh-huh. But yeah, so... Right. That is... We were talking about stuff that looked like furries before, well... Anywho. Yeah, the thing was that there were a lot of really busted mechanics. Like, for example, I really wanted to do a run using only rune fencers, because I just really like the ideas behind that class. And could you possibly take a more circular route there? Okay, we gotta see every single part of the map, apparently. They joined just for furry talk? Apparently. We just found the really weird-looking dragon. Allegedly, it's a dragon. It looks like some deformed version of Tails, in my opinion, but... I mean, it's here. It technically exists. But yeah, Falcor is probably a better thing. But yeah, so... By the way, Alex, did you ever try a no-skill run? That's actually probably the most balanced run I've ever tried. People will find us here. Oh. Now I'm curious, are we going to run into the other characters here? That'd be kind of neat. Okay, and these ones, they are not confirming as just being knocked out. Fair enough. Fair enough. Alright, so desert folks showed up. I thought we already took care of that. Beast folks showed up. Lots of the caster chicks, more beast folks. Yeah, just 2 for every team, it looks like. And upgraded rabbits. They're the evolved versions. They've got better typings, I don't know. Something like that. Right. Okay. So I still don't know if this is... It's not endgame. This is probably just where it's beginning, I'm assuming. Yeah, it feels like we may have missed a gear upgrade then. Doing no damage. So original cell, not yet. Casual most of the time. Did warrior cleric run just because it's easier to max stats later on. True. How many hours am I in at this point? I want to say like 11, 12-ish. Something like that. One step till endgame? Wait, are you serious? Certainly doesn't feel like endgame. Like, it literally feels like the game just started. Because we're just starting to get abilities, we're just starting to see, you know, different uses for items and stuff like that. Plus there's all those castles. I'm still standing by the fact that it has to be those castles. But my guess is once we pick up this thingy, we're just gonna end up seeing a whole bunch of stuff open up. Like, again, I'm thinking it's probably gonna be similar to Golden Sun in that regard, where it's like you technically have the ending open at this point, but there's just like 90% of the game left to explore. And then if you go into endgame now, you just wound up completely trounced. See, 7 steps you'll see in a few minutes? Okay, cool. ABCs are amphibious? Yes, they are. Well, I mean, it depends. There's no reason that they can't be amphibious, I guess. Still working on that tank thing? Let's go slap everybody with some Hershey's. Actually, speaking of amphibious stuff, has anyone here played Empire's Dawn of the Modern World? I think I have the greatest amphibious tanks I've seen in any strategy game, period. It's like some genius decided, hey, let's make amphibious tanks and give them an insta-kill ability. So despite the fact that their like stats were utter garbage compared to every other tank in the game, you just have the situation where just 4 of them or whatever would just show up and completely destroy everything at once. It's like, okay, no, that's just fine. Just give him an insta-kill move. It's totally balanced. Oops. Okay, more dead ends. Never heard about it. How about Empire Earth? Anybody remember Empire Earth at all? Yeah, if you, like, I will say, if you're playing Empire Earth, I guess it depends what you're into, really. Personally, wasn't too big of a fan of the first one, just because there were way too many options, and they wanted to be like a down-to-earth strategy game, but they also wanted to do all this mythical stuff at the same time. So you basically have this thing where you have realistic options in terms of like transports and planes and all this other kind of stuff, and then right next to it, there's like shamans friggin' bringing up volcanoes out of the ground. So it's weird. It's a really odd duck kind of game, but really, really fun. But yeah, Empire Earth 2 was pretty awesome. Had a lot of pretty neat mechanics and all that kind of thing. But Empire's Dawn of the Modern World is kind of like its special cousin, let's go ahead and say. Because it still had that same, we want to be realistic, but we also want to not be realistic at the same time kind of situation. But it was like an RTS where everybody was living up way too much to their stereotypes. It's like, for example, like you play as the Chinese, and you just, like Chinese or Russians, they just get pretty much infinite amounts of really crappy units. But then you play as one of the other countries, like if you play as the US for some or whatnot, you end up getting absurd amounts of like artillery and stuff like that. Or if you go play as the British, you have a thing that lets you see everything. Or if you go like you go play as France or whatever, in any time period, they can just instantly teleport people underground. It's just it's really weird. And then you get weird situations where like friggin' medieval Korea is somehow the best. Somehow has the best artillery in the entire game. So you see people just like staying as medieval Korea, just getting this absurd range this entire time, and they're just easily beating modern tanks and stuff. It's pretty great. Should modify something from APC to make it barely float on water. How would you even? I guess technically speaking, what you could do is you could go take some Ziploc bags, like cut off the little zipper part of them. Just lightly fill them up with air. So you go north, by the way, general north. Okay. That's what I was trying to do, but it seemed like I was getting cut off. Because this way is blocked. On the left was blocked. But yeah, like you cut off the tops of those Ziploc bags, vaguely let them get filled up, and then just like pinch them in between Lego bits, I guess. Seems like it should give just enough to give it a little bit of a sort of floaty type situation. Not entirely sure how well that would work, but it's something. gonna sit here completely missing everything repeatedly. Alright. So yeah, this way is block 2. You can't really interact with that in any meaningful way. So I guess it's back left again. Dang it, I want to see what this plot progression is. We've only got like 20 more minutes. So does the color candy rabbits look familiar? Wonder if I got this far once before. Maybe. I don't see why not. Seems like a place you would have gone. I will say the hit detection on her abilities seem really spotty. Like, feels like I'm just swinging and whiffing every single hit. Wait a minute. She's a... Yeah, she has a charge mechanic to her attacks, doesn't she? Because she's, like, doing that little pullback every single time. That must be what it is. Okay, so can't go north here either, unless I can walk... Yeah, I can walk on these. Okay, good. Good, good, good. Too bad you can't fight the ultimate Black Rabbit of Doom. Wait, is that actually a thing? Somehow I wouldn't doubt it. It is? Yes! I must see this thing. Wait, on this path in particular, or do you mean, like, this plot path? Extra boss? Okay, if there's a way to get it, please let me know. I want to see this thing. Wait, faced it very slowly? You mean I actually saw the thing? Oh. Okay, gotcha. Then I will try it on my casual run, because yesterday I finally put this thing on my Vita. Because as soon as I found out about the other routes and stuff like that, I decided to go and give this game another go. There we go. Throw some candy at everybody, as you do. And since that looks like it's absolutely going to be a scary thing, let's go ahead and maybe change some of this stuff. Yeah, no idea what Stardust Herbs do, so I'm going to swap those out for some other stuff. So we got crap ton of this stuff. Is there any button that anybody knows of that just allows you to autofill whatever items you already have? Ooh, wow. Okay, I didn't need to buy any more of these. I've got 94 of them. I just might have some. You gonna do Legend of Mana when you finish one? I'd love to hear your take on the game systems around. Yes. That's the one that you were telling me about? Because if that's so very, very yes. Let's get more coins. There we are. I know I was supposed to be using scales, but dang it, I'm not right now. Let's see. The one that's both too short and crazy in depth? Very, very yes. And before we hop into this, I'm going to step away for just a moment. Alright, and back. So won't ever need the flute. Yeah, I assume so. It sounds like we got a dragon, so goodbye, Mr. Turtle. Alright, what do you got for me? It was with the same energy. Huh. Sure? Hang on, you mentioned something about seeds or something earlier, so it sounded like there was maybe a collection quest for advanced items. Yeah, okay. I love how they build up to this, like, the final boss, and they're like, you're not ready yet! And you know at some point somebody just, like, went back and friggin' decided to go grinding for 80 billion hours in order to get up to a high enough level. And then they're like, you don't have the right items! Items, the random ones? Well, I don't have them. Now, you mentioned something about seeds. Is that in any way related to the item seeds? Because I'm curious whether that has a chance to give you some rare items or something, or if it's just like a funny, here, grow some items in your backyard kind of thing. Seeds, item seeds give you random items from shops. Okay, so do they have a chance to give you some unique items or something? Is there ever a reason to like stockpile a bunch of them and then just grind them out or something? Oh, by the way, another thing that makes me think that there's some relation between Mana and the Golden Sun series, this music. Like, all the music in it looks like stuff that's very similar. Like, especially the little doot sounds that little flute sounds. Very, very, very reminiscent. Like this, listen to the forest theme from Golden Sun, and then listen to this and tell me they're not similar. Oh, sweet. So it's just kind of hanging out there. I'm sure nobody will be interrupting us here. Alright, I'm going to switch back to Steve because I'm assuming this matters. Okay, you literally have your hands on it. Go down, try it again. Okay, so you literally have your hands on it. So gear seeds will give the final equipment, but only if you've got your third classes. Okay. Why do they have a blackout scene? Are they getting funky with the sword? Because I'm not sure that's... It would be cool doing a series an armor core where you could build some suggested crafts in the comments. It's actually something I've kind of sort of tried before. I've done a good bit of randomizers. I've done suggested challenge runs and that kind of thing. So yeah, I can do that. It's actually something TBM does as kind of his signature thing at this point. Yeah. I mean, I can do that for early 3rd gen. Actually, there's something that I had requested from a number of people that I still haven't seen and kind of want to try myself, which is to go through all of Armored Core 1 with just a flamethrower. I really kind of want to do that. But then again, AC1's the one that has a bunch of problems when streaming. We'll see. We'll see. There's a bunch of stuff I want to do / get together for this whole thing. There's never enough time. Which armor cores do you have? As far as streaming goes, I can do any 1st gen and any of the portable ones. I technically have all of them, but yeah, as far as actual streaming goes, I can do 1st and 3rd gen. Except for Nexus. Yay! The sword, it's not a knife. I can't use it. I love that he switches back to his knives. Like, what am I supposed to do with it? I only know how to swing knives. The ferry has been taken by an evil hand. What? How? Uh-huh. Friend, huh? Okay. What? So what, the mana is just basically the force in this universe? Okay, we got a wind drum. That's anticlimactic. Like, you can't get it because you need to put away some stuff in storage. Okay, let's put this storm away. Actually, wait. Put this flute away. Go give me those coins back. In which case, wait, I have a slot that says nothing. Why would I... Whatever. Whatever. Sweet. So I get a pet dragon now? Is that what it is? Call Flammy. Yeah, so... Well, we got travel. Out of curiosity, if you're using the warrior guy, can you actually use the sword? Because I'm pretty sure he doesn't. Yeah, and it does feel like you should be able to call your dragon buddy here. Nah, okay. So just nobody swings it? Weird choice, but okay. Oh. Okay. Well, that's just convenient. All the bad guys just disappeared. Can I walk on this? Is this a hidden path? This feels like a hidden path. For how long will we keep going? Probably about another 10 minutes or so, because I've got to go get some stuff done before 4 o'clock. And then we'll probably be back at it tomorrow. Can only enter and leave at entrance. Here we'll see how unrelated bad guys die. Okay. Fair enough. You guys aren't plot relevant. You just get to disappear. Well, I should save it. Now, I'm assuming Bill and Ted, or whatever the hell his two buddies were from earlier, are already dead. I think Darkshine was... I don't even friggin' remember. I'm assuming Darkshine's somehow related to Fighter Guy. Let's see, Bill and Ted were his. Beast folks are on our team, or at least on our plot line. So presumably something happens with them. This... Wait a minute, what? Oh, the Jester! Well then. This is seriously sounding like a kid's book right now. Like, oh, was it you? Was it you that stole the cookie from the cookie jar? Like, no. It was evil bad men that took the cookie from the cookie jar. I'm just here to let you know about it. That wasn't the real bad guy. The real bad guy was that guy that you haven't seen yet, because we need to wrap up this plot. Oh, wait, right. We need to go this way, I guess. No, wait. There's plants? There we go. That's the right way. I'm not sure if I'm really on board with the whole you know, plants being a water walkway kind of thing. But whatever. Still had AC another age, was really young, so I didn't know almost anything about English. Oh, you guys are getting wrecked too, huh? Have you guys considered not yelling and running forward and maybe just shanking them real good? Because that seems to be your main problem. You are one really sucky ninja. They couldn't pull out by themselves. Hee hee ha ha. Alright. But yeah, another age was kind of brutal, I gotta say. So waiting to see the werewolf and Death Jester fighting when everyone knows that Insane Clown Posse and Furries are best friends? Jeez. Right. So yeah, go figure. We have to go to Navarro. Dang it, they were the Enclave the whole time, I knew it. Which is funny because I did kind of call that as a joke a while ago. Right. Oh wait, right, we flew here. Alright, how many people got stuck here, I wonder? Uh-huh. Yeah. Okay. Oh, okay, they actually tell you where it is this time. Fair enough. And slide this way, and... bloop. 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 Can I go in? Go in fortress. Okay. There we go. Yeah, this is way more convenient. Minimap is useful in this one. Secret Command may give you no dragon riding health. It's hard to believe that there's mini-maps that are less useful than the ones that were in this one. Now, is there any mechanical change from getting the sword at all? Like, does it really do anything? Alright, so we'll go ahead and leave it right there. It's a long dungeon, no change. Well, that's a bummer. Alright, so when traveling in the game, when you have to ride the turtle or anything else, reminds me a lot of Seek and Destroy. Haven't heard of that one in particular, but I will take your word for it. But yeah, so at any rate, I'll see you guys next time then. We'll hopefully be continuing this on tomorrow morning, and yeah, you have yourself a good one. Should probably save state 2 while he headbangs to the music over there. Alright, so take care, thank you for stopping by.